first in the C lab class. Oh, now we see.
And there they go for the slalom. Just a little explanation maybe of the slalom. We see some boats preparing for it at the moment. In a moment we'll show you the slalom, how they have to do it. It's the name tells it. It is going around 3 buoys. When you go towards the big one, you see we took 1, 2, 3. Maybe. You turn around the big one and you have 4 buoys to come back to go then to the finish area. Each of the boats will be allowed to do it twice, but it's not compulsory at all. If they are satisfied with the first one, they can stop there. 3 buoys when you go towards the big one.
And this would be a really exciting race for this afternoon.
Turn around the big one and you have 4 buoys. And we are here with the drone that is showing you the slalom, the return, the 4 buoys of the return slalom. And you see there are some arcs there, which will be used not for the slalom, but this afternoon for the championship race. 2 very telegenic races. It's true that endurance is really important. Sea trials is also very important, but this is a lot of excitement, and I hope we'll have a lot of people watching as well on the docks and cheering for all the teams this afternoon.
Yeah, every team will be able to be really close to their boat, so there will be a great energy inside of the marina. It would be a great race.
Sea trials is also very important, but this is a lot of excitement. There is no order to start the slalom. People will just come and start whenever they feel ready. So we will try to follow as soon as we see some of the boats coming up. These are the arcs that will be used this afternoon for the championship race. And yeah, some boats are ready. You see there is a big dock at the end there, and they're all waiting there, prepare, make sure that the boat is running correctly so that they can do their slalom. As soon as we see some of the boats.
Patricia, I would like to ask you, what are you most excited about for today, for this slalom race? Which team do you want to see the most, almost?
I don't have any preference, I must say. I really wish they all can perform, because this is also the thing. Here, it's a competition, but it's also the fact that everybody has put so much energy in it, and that they want to do their best. And that's why it is such a resilient competition as well, because we saw some working all night and being there. So yeah, for me this is the most important thing. Seeing all the teams able to do their slalom. And you?
Yeah, because yesterday some of the teams weren't able to take the start of the endurance race, but I think this morning Idol's team in Polyboat Nantes will be able to start the slalom, so it would be great to see them for the first time in the water.
As well, because let's hope for them. We'll cross fingers for all the teams. And yeah, also it's so different types of exercises they have to do this slalom. And you?
Yeah, because yesterday some of the teams weren't able to take the start of the endurance race.
We will go now in the boat. Normally we should see, look at this, we do exactly as they will have to do. You see, they take a first buoy, a second buoy, then go to the third one, following a close line, but not too close to the buoys, because you're not allowed to destroy them. Then you go around the big one at the end, which looks a little bit like a castle for kids, an inflatable castle for kids. You turn completely around it, and then you will have the 4 buoys to go back. It's very important to every time take the first buoy in the right direction, because otherwise you're completely lost. So there you go to the first one, you will turn on the other side to the second one, a third one, and the fourth one. Important to notice as well, there will be no penalty if they just touch the buoy, but if they destroy it, then they will have a penalty. We already had one that was a little bit destroyed, or 2 even that were destroyed. We saw one of the the boards that are dynamic, that was touched by a boat, and then another one that was cut a little bit. And then you see this is the end of the slalom race. They have then crossed the finish line in front of the race control. And also, you might say, yeah, there is in the rules, it says that if you miss a board, you have a 10 seconds penalty. But that doesn't mean that you can take all in a straight line, because if it is intentional, then you will be penalized. You will even be put out of the competition. And then you see this is the end.
Yeah, of course, because this is not the spirit of the Monaco Node Boat Challenge. You need to have sportsmanship, and this is really important. We saw this with a few teams helping each other, giving advice, helping fixing issues. So we would like to see good sportsmanship from every team.
10 seconds penalty. Yeah, and also there is a lot of open source technology that is shared here between the teams. We discussed this yesterday with Jérémy Lagarigue, the president of the jury here at Monaco Energy Boat. And you might hear some noise. It is because you have the open sea class, which is probably already back from the 16 nautical, because we heard a lot of people cheering. And it is also because we spoke about TU Delft just before, but maybe it's nice to say that the boat from the open class, which is the XNR Tech, is also helping them. They're both Dutch and they're helping them. And now we see the boat from the top, the safety boat, who is again doing the lap, so that all the teams have a very good understanding of what is expected from them, so that there is no possibility for them to tell that they didn't get it from the open class, which is the XNR. So let me come back a minute on the help between the people who are in the open sea and the people who are in the sea lap, actually, because they help each other, and it's really nice. They put a boat at their disposal so that they can have some things, and we can see them discussing there together. There is boats having fun for them to tell, and we wait for the first participant to start the slalom. Safety boats are in place. Safety boats also have to make sure that there is no problem in the marina for the boats which come out and come in, because traffic goes on. Sea lap, actually, because they help each other, and it's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're really excited to see this race, especially for the teams that haven't started yet. So this is the first race for the moment, so the slalom race is going to be really interesting. Not every boat is as maneuverable as others, so it will be interesting, because this is not only speed, it's speed and maneuverability. So it's really technical
because traffic goes on. And it's hot on the water while you wait there, and we can see there that some of the pilots are taking an umbrella to be protected from the sea, and this is Physis Polyme energy boat that we just shortly saw.
Yeah, they had the great results yesterday during the endurance race. It's really interesting to see them with their custom transmission system. Really interesting to see how good they performed yesterday in the endurance race.
A very nice picture here of the Yacht Club of Monaco in the back, like a big boat, a big ship that is there, and watching carefully what is taking place here. From what I can see, I would believe this is Nereide, also with an umbrella to try, and the energy observer. We had the pleasure to have the project manager and the captain of the energy observer in the interview yesterday. They were telling us it's the end of this odyssey for this one, but more to come.
Yeah, because they are coming up with the E3 boat, and that will be sailing from
very nice picture here
it will start sailing in 2027
in the back,
everything
like
goes
a big
perfectly
boat,
right.
a big ship.
So it's going to be a really, really interesting adventure. Still trying to showcase new, innovative technologies all around the world.
From what I can see,
it will be a great adventure for them.
Also because their Energy Observer 1, they went, actually, they're the first boat to go completely around the world without any fossil energy, always renewable. They also create the hydrogen on the water.
Yeah, they do their own electrolysis on board, thanks to all the solar panels. If you're able to see the Energy Observer at the moment, you can see all the solar panels on the boat. It's really, really impressive. I think they have almost 200 square meters of solar panels. Very beautiful view of the yacht club. You can see all the team getting excited for this race, the slalom race.
And we also see, you don't see them on the picture while we are here, I think, with Team Sakti.
Yeah.
On the deck here, you have all the teams waiting for their boats coming back from the 16 nautical mile race to Ventimiglia. And already quite a few that are back. So we see the Red Wave, I think. We saw, yeah, several of them. I couldn't follow it all as we are very concentrated on the slalom race here.
And we are still waiting for the first team to start the slalom race. And if you saw a few minutes ago on the Team Sea Shakti boat, it seemed that they are using the umbrella to cover the battery. Maybe it's a new technique to keep it from overheating during this race.
Yeah, heat has been quite a challenge during these days because, okay, we are in the south of France. There is always a little bit of heat, but I think these days were extreme, which is also a good point for those boats. They show that they can do it in these little bit extreme conditions. And probably the conditions with the climate change won't improve, so it's good to have this. Huh?
Yeah, and speaking about technical issues, there were many during the qualifying laps, but every team was able to fix them. And it was really impressive to see how these young engineers are able to adjust to extreme conditions, if we can say.
Yeah, because some went very fast and they had to slow down a little bit, then they had to go fast again, and there you have a beautiful view of the Energy Observer 1. And we also go to the marina. But I see that the boat
Oh, it seems that Adria Racing has started the slalom.
Is starting. They're the first one to take it here. The Association of Applied Technical Science with their group of 12 individuals, and what a good start and what maneuverability. This is impressive. Look at this. What a speed they take without touching any boards, and already at the finish. Wow, well done to Adria Racing.
Wow.
Yeah. We had an interview with the pilot, and he said that he's a very experienced pilot, and we can see it. And yeah, it seems he goes back, or does he go to disembark? Difficult to see from here.
I think
he disembarks. They have a choice, huh? They can do one run, two run, whatever they want, huh?
It's really, really impressive.
But yeah.
It was really fast. We almost missed him. Wow.
So yeah, it is a boat that collaborates a lot with external partners, with universities, industry professionals who help them and give valuable support and resources, which is also one of the objectives of the Monaco Energy Boat Club. Get the universities in contact with professionals so that not only the professionals can help the universities, but also that they can get there's a job for them, so that engineers and other people could find a job, or an internship to go on in their developments.
Absolutely, and we've seen lots of speaking done between the teams and the sponsors. I'm thinking about SBM Offshore with a few teams on the hydrogen fuel part.
And Messina is going. Messina Energy Boat is taking their go now with Università degli Studi di Messina. Look at this beautiful thing. The concentration on the face of the pilot, looking in the curves, how they have to take it like race pilots. This new Guglielmo 2.1 boat seems to go very fast.
Yes, and ooh.
Oop. But too fast, Mr. Boy. So fortunately, they have a second try. He looks a little bit disappointed. It seems something doesn't work anymore. Yeah. On Monday, they had some challenges, but they could fix everything. I hope it's not a new challenge for them, but we know those teams are very resilient.
Yeah, they still have another chance to go, an hour and a half, I think, to fix their issue. I believe they will be able to do this and come back stronger. We've seen this from a few teams already. For example, Adria Racing had a terrible crash during the qualifying laps, crashing into a buoy, but they were able to come back, fix their issues, and finish third in the speed record, which was really, really impressive. And we've seen just before the Adria Racing doing the slalom race, and they are still really, really fast and maneuverable. Very impressive.
Yeah, and it is obvious that they won't have a time for this one, for this Italian team, unfortunately. So they will have a second chance.
Yeah, it would be interesting to know what happened. Maybe the pilot tried to take too sharp turns, go too quick. Well, we'll see the different strategies, because we saw already a different strategy between the Adria Racing team and the MEB Racing team. With the big buoy, the turnaround, they took a really sharp turn. So which team is leaving?
Yeah, we heard a beep. We think there is a boat that started. We might see it in a while. Just to come back on the Messina, it seems that something broke in the team, in the boat, so not the easiest thing for them. There we are with four being the team from DTU Fast Forward. No, this is not right. I'm on the wrong page. Elettra Unighe. That is here. Look at the work of the pilot. Really very tough work here. And yeah, they are really a good team, and they're deeply passionate, and you can hear and feel it. And they want to work on another boat again, but this seemed like a good one. They take quite large turns around the buoys, because they can keep the speed maybe doing this. If you're going too close to the buoys, you could not.
Yeah, it seems they were a bit too quick on the third buoy on the return, so she had to slow down to be able to not miss the last buoy, because we need to remind you guys, if she misses one buoy, she loses 10 seconds, and for these teams which are real competitors, 10 seconds is really important.
And they have a digital twin in the boat that helps them to predict the performance changes, and they can adjust to the different parameters, so that they have a very powerful tool for the different types of races they have to perform.
So unfortunately we're not able to have the time for the moment, but every team will be able to do hopefully 2 tries. Thinking about the Messina Energy Boat team that had the little issue right before. The next team is going to
hear a start. There they go. It is Cambridge University that is coming here. Riviera Racing. Cambridge, well-known university, a high-performance one, where you have a lot of international students in this team as well. pilot seems quite relaxed, I must say. When we see some that are really struggling with the steering wheel, this seems a little bit easier to maneuver. And a good turn around the big boy. Now going to the 4 last boys.
So maybe this is the strategy to choose. Not going too quick, but taking really sharp turns.
It depends, because if you take a sharp turns, I would believe you lose speed. If you take a larger one, you can keep your speed, but I don't know which one will be the fastest. I guess they will also try different tactiques when they do the 2 runs.
Yeah,
but a good stop for a good run there for Cambridge University.
Yeah, really impressive. So we need to remind that this team, it's their second participation, but last year they had a throttle issue, which didn't enable them to compete against others. So this is, and now we see the Inoboat Biscaya team.
Yeah, I just wanted to add for Cambridge, they have 3.2 ton material.
Wow.
So, Biscaya, Bilbao School of Engineering, University of the Basque County. A good start. We saw that the pilot was quite good yesterday as well. Turns are a little bit slower, seen from here.
Yeah, this team was focusing mainly on the endurance race. So I was speaking this morning with one of the engineers, and he told me that they don't really know if it's going to be as maneuverable as the other boats, but they are doing their best, and they showed great spirit yesterday during the endurance race. Even if they had issues in the previous day in the qualifying laps, they were able to compete against others and reach the 3rd place at some moment of the race. So really great spirit from the team.
Yeah, what they want is to showcase the excellence of their university and the innovative spirit of the Basque Country on the international stage, and they're really doing it very well at this moment. You can see, and every time the boat goes back to the docking, have a little chat with the team to see, should we do something, should we not? So they can still adjust a thing. And it's a very multidisciplinary team, like most of them, and diverse backgrounds have there. And they have a shared ambition of creating a competitive, innovative, and sustainable ship.
Yeah, we were able to have a little chat with a few teams to debrief a bit on the endurance of yesterday. Oh, this is Tameo Ensta going for the slalom race.
Yeah, Tameo Ensta, there's the 5th participation here. And they worked on a compressed air system on a secondary energy source. Wow, this was a little bit of a problem. Wow. And I think they go back, or they do a donut. A very nice donut, but I don't believe this was the intention. So unfortunately, this ran, oh, the boy.
Maybe they crashed the boy.
That's not good, poor boy. So we might also have a little bit of a stop, because they have to repair and redo. They said that they focused on innovation to enhance performance and maneuverability. Maybe a little bit too excited to take it here with the Yacht Motor Club of France. And they tried the boat the first time only on the 10th of November. And the test on the Seine was on the 30th of April, because they wanted to test it in real conditions, although the Seine is not the Monaco Sea. So it is a little bit different as well. Huh?
Yeah, I don't think any other team will be able to race at the moment. But so this morning I was able to speak with a few teams about yesterday's race and endurance race, making a little debrief on what were their strategies, how they use their energy. And so they explained to us that not all of the teams were able to test their own battery for 3 hours, which is a real long time. So they didn't know how the battery will react. And we all know that the last 30% of the battery are more unpredictable. The battery don't all react the same. So Hydro Vinci told me that they had 30% left, and they went full speed, and they were only able to do 2. Oh wow!
Yeah, the buoy is full of water, so that's why it's not floating anymore. So they have to take it, and hopefully they can make it. But they have a replacement one. We heard in the briefing this morning that there are not that many replacement ones anymore. So hopefully it will not happen too often.
Comunque, se vogliamo recuperare il Croazia, si recupera in mezzo alle boe con la sua guida, non in questi tratti qua dove andavano a forza.
So yeah, let's wait for the slalom course to be put together again, so that we have again nice racing. And I feel sorry for the pilot of Tameo and Sta.
Yeah,
Must feel terrible.
Yeah, but fortunately the team, the safety boat, is really quick to switch the buoys. So the race will be able to carry on quickly, I think so.
And 17 is gone, technical solar boat from the Instituto Superior Técnico in Portugal. Very good first buoy. There's not that much water that moves. I have the impression some are having more. And it seems as if this last turn before the large one is quite a tricky one. That's where we saw a donut.
Absolutely. And when you are talking about the splash at the rear of the boat, it could either be that the column is deeper under the water, which will be more efficient, but will be using more power. So it's different strategies from the team, and they don't seem to be going really fast.
Yeah, no, and he's looking all the time at his motor, how he can improve it, but he will finish. So he will already have a time, which is a good thing, but might be a little bit not what they were hoping for. Second try will be better for them.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, and we're waiting for the other teams to go. Maybe our Gaulois are going next.
It is also, when you're there at the start of a competition, the stress goes up. So the longer you have to wait, and also the battery is in the sun, and it's not always the easiest. The waiting part is not always the easiest.
Maybe some teams want to go first because they don't want to have issues with their battery, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen with the battery. So the longer you stay in the water, the longer you will probably have an issue.
There we have Team Sakti, I think.
Yeah, I think it's
16. Yeah, indeed. Look at this. It gives an impression of speed. And yeah, they want to show their sustainable innovation on a global platform. Wow, this looks like racing. Beautiful there, but they're a little bit oopsa. You have to choose whether you go fast or whether you go in a good line.
Yeah.
Not that easy. It's because you have the power and you have the steering wheel.
And he seems to be back on track. All right, really good from this Team Shakti pilot, trying to avoid getting into the buoy. He came really close, but managed to pass by. Wonderful work from the Team Shakti.
Also, a nice thing in them is that they want to advocate sustainability, but each member of the team has to choose to do it also in their private lives, which is important as well. So put your words into action. 13 with a lot of cheering for them.
So this
and
is
yeah,
that wasn't able to start any of other races. They did only one qualifying laps, which enabled them to be present for the championship race later today.
They're very cautious, huh?
Yeah, very cautious. They had a few issues with the battery, so I think they will be careful on this one, not taking it too quick, because they still want to compete during the championship race this afternoon.
Yeah, even if you are the yeah, he made it.
Celebrating.
He made already half of the slalom. A good achievement, and you can tell how resilient they are. With all the problems they have, they're still trying, and seem to be stuck again. He was cheering too quickly. It was a little bit too early to do this, and little red flag. But doesn't lose his good power and its enthusiasm.
And in the marina we can see the Polytech flag and the Brittany flag going in the air as the boat is getting towed by the safety boat.
He was too happy.
Too happy, celebrating too early.
Too quickly, yeah.
Well done, guys. Still managed to start the race. But they still have issues with this battery. So. But they still have time to come back. Maybe they will be able to fix the issue.
And we have confirmation that 15 has no time, and neither 16 for the moment. So they will have to come and run again. You can see the concentration on the face there, trying to look at all the aspects. Indonesia.
Is it the Hydros team? I think this is the Hydros team from Indonesia. So for the moment they weren't able to participate in the endurance race yesterday. And I think they are really excited for this today's race. And Forrester
and he's still asking for some cheering. He did half of the slalom. It's already an achievement. And they can go backwards as well, as you just saw with the Gaulois, with Hydrovinci.
Yeah, Hydrovinci had a battery issue at during the endurance race yesterday. They were almost third in the general ranking, but in the last 25 minutes of the 3 hours race, they had battery issues, battery fully empty, and they had to be towed by the safety boat back into the harbor.
And we heard that the course is open again, as the unfortunate team there, polyboat, is towed back into the dock.
But they showed great resilience, great spirit. It was nice to see them.
There it goes, 18.
The Bologna Argonauts team.
It is the...
And it was really impressive yesterday because they won
Argonauts,
the endurance race. Oof. They are really, really fast. 5th
participation, they already have quite an experience. So, wow, really impressive. Oh, that was sharp at that boy.
Wow.
Really sharp. I guess they will have a good time here. Huh? So, they weren't so proud of the reliability of their boat previously, but now they seem to be pretty reliable. Huh? So, with every year, they start. And the team is not only from Bologna, it's also members from all over Italy. And so they're quite cosmopolitan, they find. And we have the ranking very quickly.
And yes, it's a very, very big team, and they don't only have a boat in the energy class, but also in the Sea-Lab class, the Red Wave boat from University of Bologna also, that completed this morning the 16 nautical miles race. And this is the Qatar boat going for the slalom race.
Yeah, Qatar University first participation here. Small team, key innovation involving a high-speed propeller, which is designed for rim drive technology. So it gives more efficiency and performance compared to traditional systems. They don't have a central shaft now, so it's interesting as a technology. Yeah,
it's really interesting to see different kind of propellers, different kind of motors showcased during this event. This is also the main objective of this event, is to showcase new technology and share with other teams, maybe not sponsors, but share with others ideas. And they also have a solid-state lithium battery, which enables them to be really, really lighter than if they use a lithium-ion battery.
And they made it. Well done, Qatar.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done, well done.
It was interesting yesterday to have an interview with this very new team and a team that has already experience. And there you could also feel this this exchange between the teams. And I think Qatar told us that the other team was next to them and very kind to them to share experiences. So which team is starting now? We will see the number in a moment. So it is team number 5, which is Hydrogats, Capgemini, Monaco Marine. Starts slowly but safely. 13 students from the Institute of Technology, Arts et Métiers. They also have their supervisor and 3 consulting engineers from Capgemini. Yeah. They participated already 4 times before.
And we see him hitting his cockpit, maybe trying to make it faster by doing this.
Encouraging the boat to go faster, but yeah, he looks very relaxed. Huh? It's a little bit like driving with the elbow on the window.
Having the music out loud.
But he will make it. He will make it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Hydrogats Capgemini team also showcases an interesting kind of propeller, because they tried introducing this year the toroidal propeller with ring-shaped blades to reduce cavitation, noise pollution, and really interesting concept for this team.
And their pilot position signed by Mike Horn says, "Dare to dream big." And that's what they're doing with their motto, with the motto of Mike Horn, which is explore, learn and act. And that's what they're doing here. All those teams, these young teams.
And this is the Polito H2 Fly team starting its slalom race.
Yeah, Politecnico di Torino, which has put a lot of focus in weight reduction this year. They knew they will have to work on the boat, I think, because they had a lot of energy drinks with them. And they might have to work again on the boat, because as we see, they're stuck there, unfortunately.
Maybe they will be able to start again.
He's trying, or will he get the red flag out? He doesn't have to. Safety is there already. Safety, one of the big issues. No, one of the big topics here. No, he started again. Well done. There is. The motor. Don't try to wave and try to concentrate on your race. And again stopped. And yeah, what's happening? Maybe when they turn, they lose power. I don't know. It's every time in a turn that there is something happening.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a wave signal, up and downs with the battery and the motor. Yesterday they already had issues during the endurance race. They managed, if I'm not mistaken, to complete 5 laps. But they managed to come back today.
Yeah, they
really
made it.
Congratulations.
They made it.
We can already see the Gaulois getting ready with the Adropath. And the next boat will be DTU forward.
Here we go. Oopa. This
Hydros
is
team.
Hydros team. We didn't see them a lot yet, but it's really good to have them here from the University of Indonesia. You know that their material came by sea, which means that it was a transport of more or less 2 months. And on Monday, they were still expecting one item. And we see that it's arrived. But that means that you can't test as much as the others when everything has to come like this. So very nice to have them racing here. It is a boat racing team founded in 2016, and they made it.
And it's really impressive. It's their first race, and they were really, really quick. No issues. they took sharp turns. Really, really impressive. Congratulations, Hydro's team from Indonesia. And as you said, 2 months to bring the boat over here, so that means they have 2 less months than other teams to work on the boat.
Yeah, indeed.
It's really impressive to be able to do this much in so little time. Wow.
And also the stress, will it arrive in time? Not only the time, but the stress as well. Are we sure it will arrive?
And this is the Hydro-Vinci Hydropaf boat trying for their first slalom race. Wonderful design. He seems pretty comfortable, relaxed.
In their team, there are not only engineers, marketing, media people, but there is one guy as well who is responsible for the logistics and to bring joy and coffee. So every job is important in a team.
Yeah.
And having this here in Monaco, these small teams, it really brings a kind of a cohesion between them, even with the teachers and everybody around it. The Gaulois made it.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Hydro-Vinci. So it would be nice maybe to have the time of the boats, but they will be able to go back a second time. So, this is the
Fast forward.
DTU fast forward.
Denmark Technische Universiteit. They want to have a robust foundation that integrates state-of-the-art propulsion and alternative energy storage systems. Let's see whether it's maneuverable as well. We saw them practicing so much. It's yeah. Look at the work in the wheel, on the wheel. It is always a lot of work, and you have to be cautious of the width of your boat as well. Because if you touch the buoy, it can be a problem. Because you are in the cockpit in the middle, so you have to be well aware, a little bit like in a car, know how wide it is to be able to take the best turns. And this is going really well here. At the moment, last buoy. Wow, what a work to get it.
I'm turning the steering wheel.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see this point of view.
Yeah. So a lot of work in the cockpit for the pilot. And coming to the finish. Yeah.
Yeah, because compared to a car, they don't seem to have a steering wheel assist. So, so she seems to struggle a bit on this last turn. Maybe having too much inertia on the last buoy. So, which team is maybe trying next? Okay, no. So Cambridge is going back into the on the dock.
Course is open, so the next one can go now.
Maybe they have to agree between themselves. Am I going next? Are you going? And it seems like it's Nereid from the University of Troyes going next.
Yeah, there are 50 in the team with 20 here. And and they're excited to see how their ideas and project come to life. And this is what the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge offers them, seeing in real what they think about, what they design, and having it performing here. This turn is a tricky one for them, but very well managed. And now back on the, first buoy, second buoy without a problem. The third one is coming up. Seem to have less to work with the steering wheel. It might also be a difference with the dual or mono propulsion as well, and the fact that you have to work with the gas or not.
Absolutely, it was a very smooth race from Utete. And still quick, not too slow. It was nice. Well done. Congratulations. And this year in the project, they were aiming to increase the hydrogen contribution in the hybrid system to reach 80% of hydrogen and only 20% battery power.
They're happy, yeah? Indonesia, happy.
Of course.
Of course. You can see smiles And we saw so many smiles during this weekend, this week. Even when they had to work deep in the night, they were still smiling, and a lot of hope, seeing their ideas here taking shape, discussing with the others, mixing. Tonight it will be the awards ceremony, and there will be more sharing between the boats again.
Yeah, absolutely. And they can be happy because the work they did during the last 3 days paid off, because they are able to race, and they did a really good race, which is really impressive when you see other teams that had small technical issues.
Like our screen. Sorry, but our screen had a little technical issue as well. So we are now with number 23, which is a Physis Polyme energy boat, and there is a lot of energy as well in the team. We can hear it, and it gives such an idea of speed. It's already at a very large buoy there at the end, coming back, trying to go fast and precise at the same time. Will it be able to take the first turn? Yes, because that's a tricky one. The second, very close to the buoys there, very sharp turns. You see that he works with the gas at the same time and going without any problem to the finish line. Again, a very good performance here for Physis Polyme energy boat. We nearly saw all the boats, or most of them up to now. Some of them already docked, so they will not come back, or maybe they have to fix certain things before going on the docking.
Yeah, so this seems to be the Vancy team going next.
They're preparing for the next round. Seems like a Spanish flag we have there.
Or maybe it is the Berlin Universität. Oh, Marine Rob.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them yet.
Exactly. That's why it's really good to see them. Number 9, it's their first appearance. They couldn't do the speed trials. They couldn't do anything. The boat is really at the back. It seems as if all the weight is at the back of the boat, so it is very high in front, but they're doing it.
Wonderful. They have a dual motor propulsion system. I think they are using the same motor as Vancy, but they have two, and this is loads of weight on the rear of the boat. But they're still able to go really, really fast, take sharp turns, and it's great to see them on the water because we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, they're doing their best, and yeah.
It's a nice design of the cockpit.
That's what I wanted to say. It's a very nice design of the boat, which is important as well. Huh? And there is a design prize as well for the cockpits. We'll see tonight who will win it. But quite an achievement to be here. Very large solar panels as well on the boat. But it seems that the weight is really at the back. That they're taking a lot of water, even with parts of the hull there.
Yeah, lots of friction. Maybe this is what slows them down. But interesting to have such solar panels. This is maybe what enables them to have two motors in one, like Vancy. Congratulations to the Marine Rob UPV team. Very interesting to see them on the water. And now we can see the team. Happy to see the...
Yes, well done, team.
And all right, maybe this is Vancy. I think it is.
Ready. This is Vancy, Berlin. So
They also have solar panels, but they are only using one motor.
yeah, they received the Smart Low Tech Award in 2023 and finished 6th in 2024. So they're really proud of this. Let's see how they will achieve this year. And a very funny thing with them is the table football they have with them. So I didn't see them playing a lot because it was if they couldn't perform, they would play to just have some fun, or they would play as well if they didn't have to work on the boat. So none of them happened because they didn't play that much. So, they also have a lady pilot, but I don't think she is in the boat at the moment. They had some issues yesterday, so it's going again.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
They weren't able to take the start of the endurance race, but they are back today, which is really, really impressive. And we were also able to interview the pilot yesterday.
Finishing soon their slalom.
And last acceleration towards the finish line. Very smooth drive, beautiful boat. Maybe every team has done their first try for the moment. It seems like the Polytech boat is back in the water. Maybe they have fixed their issue for their second try.
But some of them don't have times yet, as you can see, which is a little bit weird because Atria had. But no worries, even if the tracker did not take them, there is a manual backup for each of them. So it's not a problem at all.
There we see the
and
driver.
It's the start of the second run, as is given by the race director.
And then for their second try.
But some of them don't have times yet, as you can see, which is a little bit weird because Atria had. But no worries, even if the tracker did not take them, there is a manual backup for each of them. So it's not a problem at all.
There we see the
and
driver.
It's the start of the second run, as is given by the race director.
And in the last image that we saw,
he's so experienced, he is so dedicated, he knows the sea, he trains a lot, physically and also in the sailing boat. Look at the work he's doing with the steering wheel. Wow,
Very
he is a
sharp
real racer. Huh? You can tell this guy is there to win. Huh?
wow.
Very, very efficient. And being able, for a sailor as well, normally he doesn't have a power manette.
Very impressive.
Wow, Adria, we are impressed.
What a team. Really quick, able to fix issues also very, very quickly. And they must have a very, very solid structure to be able to turn at this kind of speed. Because the motor, when you go really, really quick, just want to go in the opposite direction. But they are able to take very, very sharp turns, which is really impressive.
And maybe one interesting thing is also that the telemetry data they have is transmitted in real time via 5G on LTE or satellite. So they always have the telemetry going to the team. And we are with the team from UI, Universitat Indonesia. Number 6, they're doing their second run here. Huh? They were so happy after the first one, and this one even goes better. It takes quite large turns, so it doesn't lose a lot of speed and doesn't have to, because when you have to re-accelerate, it takes a lot of energy as well. Huh?
Power.
So you need to make choices again in these races, but well done here. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of smiles again for them They come from the heart of Indonesia to the shores of Monaco with a lot of passion. And the vessel drives thousands of dreams, fueled by science, teamwork, and belief. They have 3 words they can rely to. It's resilient, we bend, but don't break. We drive, we're not here to coast, but to chase limits. And we're hopeful. More than a race, it's a journey of belief that cleaner, smarter energy has a future, and we're here to shape it. Beautiful, thank you. Ah, Nereide. Hello, Nereide. It seems it's quite hot here, but you got something to eat. It's good, they're feeding you. So you have energy to do the second run. Polyboat Nantes, what will happen? It's always a question mark with them. It's very good for commentary. We always can expect something from you. Come on. We hope it's going well.
Yeah, so once again they are going quite slowly. I think they don't want to have battery issues. They want to complete their slalom race.
Yeah, and it's also interesting to know that they have a Polyjoule, which was a prototype car using renewable energy. And they also do the Shell Eco Marathon, and yeah,
really
several times, and they even won several times. Huh?
Yeah, so this is another association linked to the school, and they are helped by one of the teachers that helps the other associations. So they have a real knowledge. Maybe it's not showing at the moment, but they are really, really good. And maybe in the next 2 years, I'm sure they will be in the top of the ranking.
But that shows that it's not the same, huh? A car and a boat.
Absolutely.
That there are a lot of different factors that come into the play field to be able to perform. And the friction is completely different, the propulsion is completely different. It's not, you can take some of the parts, you can take some of the learnings, but there's so many new elements, and it shows here that it's not straightforward.
Yeah, especially you're not on the same surface, you're in the water, not on road. So this is also new problem, new conditions of using this kind of hydrogen energy. But he's asking all the public to make some noise, so make some noise for Polyboat.
He's a cheerleader and a pilot. He's doing both at the same time. And what I really appreciate is that they're having fun, and they're happy, and they're resilient. And that's what we like to see. Students here to compete, to do their best, and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, congratulations.
He got it, he made it, with the flags and everything showing.
They are a very small team, but they do lots and lots of noise. Very great spirit. Thank you,
Arrête,
guys.
messieurs, well done. And now we go fast. What's this? It's not now that you were supposed to go fast.
So another boat is probably going to start the slalom race.
There are less and less boats on the water, huh?
Yeah. So for the moment, we have a record for Adria Racing with 28.19 seconds.
Yeah.
So this is the record for the moment, the record to beat.
And it's a new record. Huh?
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations, Adria Racing.
So the course is open.
Técnico será boat from the Instituto Superior Técnico. Trying their second slalom race, second try.
Yeah, the initial focus of this team was solar energy, but now they expand their portfolio, and they want to embrace hydrogen as an alternative energy source. And so they also recently entered in the autonomous sector, the new era.
Yeah, we can almost say that all these teams are almost like the small version of Energy Observer, because they are all trying to showcase different kind of of energy sources, hydrogen, solar powered, electrical batteries. So really interesting to see this.
And the pilot is always looking at the side to see whether he doesn't touch anything, whether there is no issue. Look, he's very close, but he doesn't touch it. So that's exactly what we want to see. Only one boy was touched up to now, quite dramatically, but only one. So let's cross fingers that it stays like this.
And the Monaco safety staff was able to repair, or to switch the buoy really quickly. That is really, really nice to have continuity.
Might be the last one they have, so
hopefully no more accidents.
Somebody is repairing the older one.
And this seems to be the Hydrovansi, our Gaulois boat, going next.
Leonardo da Vinci, École supérieure d'ingénierie. Yeah. The energy source for them is electric, battery, and seems to go well there.
Yeah.
Last year they had to do a little bit more of work on the boat and to fit the structure on the hull. They didn't have that this year, but for them it's not only competing, but it's also important to have fun. I believe they have when I see them. Also the cockpit is a little bit different with renewable. Yeah, they didn't want to use carbon.
And using wood is really, really interesting because sometimes it's used to do prototypes. It's easy to modify. You can cut, you can saw, you can drill into it. So it's a really interesting material to use on these kind of boats. And even it takes a lot of time to grow, it's still renewable. So.
And it's a good run.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to the Hydrovansi Hydrocraft team. And yes, it's all-time record for Adria Racing. Amazing. And this seems to be the Physis team.
Yeah. At least they showed the Physis.
Yeah.
Will they be the next one to go?
It seems we still don't want to have collisions between the boat. Yeah, wonderful. And they have really an aero-shaped cockpit, which shows, or maybe they are going back, they are docking. Well, anyway, maybe these are contestants for the design prize at the end of the day, because they really have a very nice cockpit designed in the style of supercars, using high-end carbon fibers.
And we saw their pilot debriefing. It's like in Formula One. When they do a run, they go and debrief with the engineers to see where they can find some seconds, some hundredths of a second to go faster. We could see how important it is, the fact that you can talk to each other and you can put your feelings into words that the engineer can understand. Because there as well, it's a communication thing between a pilot and an engineer.
Yeah, because the engineers team has telemetry, sensors inside of the boat to identify technical issues, temperatures, and there we go with Polyboat. No, Elektra Unige, sorry guys.
Elektra Unige. So it is also a very good one. It is they already took part 3 times, and yeah, they are deeply passionate, and they work now late at the big boy, which is deflating. Wow.
Oh, this is not good news.
That's a problem. That's a crash. Wow, this is quite a problem now. And he feels sorry, but yeah, they feel sorry for the big structure as well. We need it for the next rounds and for everything. Will they be able to repair this one? They were able to repair the smaller one, but this might be another problem.
Raga, supporto per cambio, Supporto.
Wow. we will wait and yeah, bouée grise contact. Yeah, we saw that there was a contact of the number 4 from Unige with the big boy. They are very passionate and maybe a little bit too passionate here. They're too excited to take this slalom, and it's wow. You could really see the air coming out of the big boy there. So let's see what they can do. They have to repair, so it might take some time. Let's see, and when we have a little bit more information about this.
And there we have the safety team. And so we still see the Elettra Unge team going back into the docks.
And it will take some time to repair, and they really have to. So let's look at what happened the days before, starting from the opening ceremony. Yeah, quite a big work there for the safety boats, and number 4. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes at the moment, because it is quite a problem when you do things like that, and you must feel really bad at that moment.
Yeah, but fortunately we've already had the occasion to see every team, so
but it would be better if they all can do 2 runs, because that's the point of this. But yeah, we already had quite a lot of fun and a lot of very exciting moments during these first days. It all started with the opening ceremony on Wednesday evening, where all the teams gathered to be presented. Then we had the trials, then we had the endurance races. So a lot of things happened, and I believe we will be able to show you some of this. And we will start all these highlights now. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenue, welcome, good evening, and welcome to the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge opening ceremony. For this 12th edition, we are very proud to welcome over 550 participants, of which 500 students from around the world. And we look forward to see what you will show us on the water in the next few days.
On behalf of our President, Prince Albert, I would like to wish you a very warm welcome, and we can say you are like 12 years. We are very, very happy to receive you there. Thank you so much. Enjoy your time with us. Thank you.